and welcome to...
You sound horrible.
It's horrible, dude. What say you?
Is this really on right now?
It's on. We're recording.
You can't.
I don't know what to tell you,
What are
dude.
you going to do? We have to say something here. I've been sick for 2 weeks, so we're postponing it because not only could I not do it, but I
Right.
thought I sounded too annoying.
Right.
You weren't sick.
Now I'm sick.
You showed up at my house with the same exact cold I had.
I'm hoping the talking...
No, I can't even listen to you.
Really?
Yeah, this is going to be... I'm going to have to carry this one.
All right, well, go get your fucking car.
You're going to look back on this episode and see only one set of footprints in the sand.
It comes and goes. All I need is one nostril.
I know, but since you've been here, it's
Yeah.
sounded like... yeah. What do news anchors and actors do?
I think there are ways to temporarily...
I'm actually, you know what? I can't believe I haven't thought of this before. Tom Cruise,
Right.
He's doing Mission Impossible 5, whatever the hell it is,
I
right?
think they take a week off. They shut down production.
They shut down, and
Yeah.
that costs. So his cold costs money then, right? Because everyone's on hold.
Well, they could shoot scenes with him not in it.
Yeah, but that quickly, like on the fly, like that.
Sure, I
they
would
can
say so.
mobilize a whole unit to be like, let's shoot. How many scenes is he not in? But okay,
Right. I don't know.
That's really, I really wonder about that. And then if I'm like Brian Williams, and I
Right.
have a cold,
Yeah.
I'm just off.
You tell everybody you have cancer.
There's the tissue box on the table, and you know how when you pull the tissue out, the other tissue
Yeah.
is halfway out? I can't never have a tissue halfway out. So every time you pull a tissue out and the other one gets propped up out of the box.
I'll put this on the floor
Yeah,
next to it.
I keep on pushing it back down.
All right.
But so then if you have the slightest cold, so if you're a news anchor,
Right.
you don't even have to you know how sometimes you have a cold, you maybe can still work because it's not horrible, but you just don't feel like it because it's so annoying.
Right.
If you're a news anchor, you don't have to worry about that. Like as soon as they hear what do you have, a cold? Can't go.
Right. That's
One of the
they-
upsides to being an anchor.
There's probably... Would you want to be an anchor?
No,
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think so.
No.
An anchor is just also reporting the news. They're not they're not really. They're just reading copy, right?
Oh, you want to be an investigative reporter.
That sounds way more interesting.
A lot more work.
A lot more pay.
I
No,
don't think so. I would
shine goes to the anchor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you want to be the one cracking stories open like a coconut?
At my age?
No, I'm not really I'm not like. Do you want to be an investigative reporter today?
Well, it's the only way I know how to have this conversation if I put myself in the shoes.
I just mean like in life, as what would have been your life path, not like you today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then of course, yeah, I'd rather be an investigative reporter.
Well,
but
how much more work is it though?
I think it's a lot of work. And
Well, then-
danger.
Well, but is it danger in a way that is scintillating?
And no news anchors got beheaded. I'll tell you who gets beheaded, the field guys.
Oh yeah. Well,
You know?
let's bring this conversation to a halt
Well,
here.
we're talking about the news. I mean, you want to, all right, well, Vicky Vale's out in the field chasing Batman on rooftops.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but they don't get any credit. I'm gonna renege. I mean, here's the thing. I don't feel like I need.
I don't know where you're coming from. You're all over the map
Okay,
right now. You
okay.
want to be an anchor, you don't.
I don't need the potential thrill of being an
Okay.
investigative reporter. I'm sure it's a lot of sitting on your ass and waiting and trying to figure shit out too and stuff.
Well, you got to deal with sources like skelly guys named Doug.
Oh,
You know?
but you also don't you have also go-to sources?
Yeah, you have like orphans.
Or are we thinking of PIs?
No. I think investigative reporters. Yeah, there's like a scrappy kid in a newspaper cap selling used shit on the street, but he's really like a pickpocket, and that's one of your sources.
Really?
Yeah,
Like a
of course.
newsie?
Yeah. Well, for example,
But
like cabbies with shady
I think
signs.
you're going back to Batman. I don't think this is Staten Island 2015.
I mean, what news are you bringing out of Staten Island?
Anywhere though, I'm not going to cabbies and newsies.
But who are your sources? You got to have ears on the street.
Yeah, but I can have sources. Sources are all around you. You don't have to. Sources don't need to be
No.
stereotypes of comics.
Yeah, but you can't go next door to the housewife next door if you want
Why?
to find the kingpin. She doesn't know anything about
That's going to
him.
be your immediate downfall. You're already limiting who a source can be. Meanwhile, a source can be It could be a jaybird flying by.
No, you're not going to waste your time going door to door knocking.
No, I didn't say I was doing door-to-door knocking.
Well, who are your
cold
sources?
calling sources. I'm just saying a source can be anybody.
Well, yeah,
a source
of course.
can be, everyone from, someone inside the Pentagon to my dry cleaner.
Yeah, but I think that there's probably better sources than other.
But you're thinking much more like this guy I know that hangs out on this corner.
Yeah, Doug.
Yeah, but I think that is more of a fabrication than reality.
If there's any investigative reporters in the listening audience, I can't even breathe.
I know. I'm telling you, I don't know what to do here.
We got to push through. We haven't done an episode in so long. People are complaining. Now they got to deal with this. Go fuck yourselves. A hashtag go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, don't even hashtag it. Just go fuck yourself.
How do you think I feel?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
First of all, I didn't see people complaining.
Yeah, they complained.
I don't see it. But for then you say it on here.
Yeah.
And now, let's say we have, let's say Twitter has 50-something thousand listeners, followers, which hopefully equate to our listeners.
Sure.
I'd say a large portion of our listeners don't know, care, / whatever, that there was a very, very small squeaky wheel portion of them complaining. But when we say it on the mic,
right
now you've put out a blanket statement that our listeners have been complaining.
Yes.
Which isn't the case, really. You know what I mean?
What the fuck is going on that side of the table?
I'm just doing my reporting here.
All right. Who's your source on
That's
this one?
inaccurate,
right.
what you said.
I said people complained.
Yeah, but I
didn't say everybody complains.
The interpretation.
This is libel.
The interpretation of this over the mic is that everybody's complaining that we couldn't do an episode.
Well, I mean, I think that you're what you're doing is making a huge assumption. I didn't say everybody. I said people.
I'm just pointing out the pitfalls for making blanket general statements like that.
I said people complained. 2 people is people.
Well, then specify that because 2.
I'm not going to get the exact number. I'm not going to go on Twitter and
we
count.
have 53,000 listeners and 2 people complain. What is the percentage? It's like 0.0000000.
I don't know, but hold on. Let me go to our Twitter, which is what at What Say You Pod.
I think so.
Yeah, at What Say You Pod. Here we go. All right, so far no complaints. You may be right.
I think everybody kind of gets it. When we're down for a little while.
Yeah.
That's it. No excuses or anything like that.
But here's this complaints.
When we're down for a while, guys, it's kind of we're in a real tough spot. Show's been great. We season 4 started and we've been filming while season 4 is airing. So we film every single day.
Right.
And then we are in a chunk of time right now.
I got a nostril back.
Nice, dude.
There we go. Now we're off to the races.
Yeah. It sounds the same, but in your head it
feels different.
That's
like
good.
I feel energized.
Your attitude too.
Yeah, okay. I'm ready to go.
We're in a stint right now where we are away 7 out of 9 weekends in a row, traveling for the show and for the live show and for Impractical Jokers. So it's been tough. It's been tough. But here we are, and actually, hopefully this week, Q and I has set aside time to possibly do...
Oh, we have to do it.
Yeah.
We have no choice.
We're doing 2 more Fast and Furiouses this week.
This week.
2 more. And the reason is that we've confirmed.
Yeah.
Right? We've confirmed?
Yeah.
That
maybe.
We've confirmed that March.
What is it, 30th?
March 30th.
Or 31st. 31st, right.
Will be the What Say You listeners' exclusive private screening.
Preview screening.
Before anyone in the public can of the Fast and Furious.
That's right.
Of Fast 7.
That's right.
I think that's almost as good as done, right? That's
yes. The details are being finalized.
Yes.
I think it's going to be in Times Square. I believe was the last I heard. So, and Universal is handling all the ticketing. That's the other good thing. It's not in our hands, so it'll actually get done.
Yeah.
So we don't know the process of that's going to be yet. We do know it's going to be in New York City that March 31st in Times Square.
There you go. Vin Diesel might be there, and possibly, if not him, and or one of the other cast members. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go.
We're in talks with him.
Right.
Did you ever see the Human Giant sketch on MTV? Osama Vin Diesel.
I've seen them all, so I did. I don't remember.
Some weird thing where like Vin Diesel and Osama bin Laden got bit, or I don't know, and he turned into Osama Vin Diesel. It was I forget. Human Giant is like an old sketch show on MTV. It was really funny. Yeah. So what else, buddy? What else? I feel like we gotta play a little bit of catch up. Maybe I don't know what. You okay?
I thought you said that you were going into your phone. I thought you were looking up notes.
Oh, no. No.
I'm trying not to breathe too heavily into the mic because I imagine if you're listening to this in your car, it's disgusting.
I'm worried because I hate my voice as it is.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy against all odds that have this podcast? Because the two of us do not have good diction.
No.
We don't really have good like speaking habits.
No, but we have good thoughts.
Yeah, but they come out like it's almost like the day that the monkey like evolved to the one day that he could speak.
Right. And turned on a microphone.
Yeah. I got something I wanted to share with you.
Yeah, what do you got? Carry the show, man.
I was cleaning my house recently.
Yeah.
And I found some stuff, some old papers I thought would be funny.
Okay. All right.
As you see on the table
here. The Trapper Keeper's back?
I have a Trapper Keeper.
Yeah.
The Trapper Keeper was a hot ticket item that you couldn't even get when we were little at one point.
No.
When the Trapper Keeper came out, it was mind blowing. What do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
Well, marketing.
Do
you remember that the commercials for it were everywhere?
Yeah, and the thing is, you can pick, like, there was multiple ones, and you could really pick the one that represented you best.
It was a personalized thing. I had one with dinosaurs on it, I remember.
Yeah, like, you couldn't get it. It was like almost like the Cabbage Patch Kid.
Right.
When it first came out. Now, I don't know if this is a regional thing, the Trapper Keeper.
I remember the commercial was this guy was walking through the halls of his junior high school, and he was a tornado of papers. Remember? And he was all jacked up. And then this cheerleader type girl comes out and hands him a Trapper Keeper, and it collects all the papers organizes it. And then he's a hot young Zach Morris type dude.
Hi, Jeffrey.
How'd you find me?
Easy. I just followed your note.
Guess I'm a loose leaf loser, huh?
You need a neat Trapper Keeper. It comes with Trapper folders that trap papers in, so they don't fall out. I've got a Trapper for every subject, and the Trapper Keeper holds them all.
She seems like a hoot.
Really neat, with this Velcro closure and this tough Duracell construction.
The Trapper and Trapper Keeper from me.
Whoa!
Think Mead makes a locker-sized Trapper Keeper?
Okay, when was the first time that guy got laid, and where is he right now?
They probably fucked each other for the first time because they're both unbearable.
Without a doubt. She was an unbearable C.
Yeah. What, Carrot?
That wasn't the best representation of the coolness of a Trapper Keeper.
The commercials got better as they went along.
Because it exploded, and then the Trapper Keeper she had a hot air balloon on it. Like, that is some bullshit.
I think those two were the first to go.
Yeah. And she was so sterile.
Right.
She's like, this construction with the blah, 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 and the blah, blah, blah. Basically, and I love how they call these, I just realized this, see, Trapper. They're folders.
Right. They're folders.
They renamed the folder a Trapper.
She had one for each subject.
Trapper Portfolio, this says. I'm looking at my Trapper Keeper right now. The big cool thing was, it's kind of like, for a kid, it's like kind of cool. You feel like a little bit of an adult, but it's like it's also like your own thing that holds all your shit. I think people were putting stickers on them and doing.
Oh, they were everywhere, man. You had to have a Trapper
There's
Keeper.
all these compartments and stuff.
For a while, they replaced the blue denim looking folders. Remember that were everywhere?
Yes.
That you would draw on. The ink would stay really well with
Yes,
them and stuff like
yes.
that. But by the time I hit high school, I went back to the blue folders.
Well, I will tell you what, though. Trapper Keeper by Mead really made a good product because this has to be 30 years old.
Right.
And it's in front of me, and it's totally in the exact condition I used to walk around with.
And that you went for the Hawaiian themed.
I'm sure that I was limited to what was on the shelf at the time,
Sure.
and I had to pick out of that. But my Trapper Keeper basically is the point on the beach where the water runs up to the sand and kind of comes back.
Right, breaks and comes back.
So what's happening on mine is it in that wet sand, it's written presumably with a finger,
Yeah.
paradise.
Uh-huh.
And
It's
then
a very feminine Trapper Keeper, except for one detail:
yep.
the sunglasses.
Yes.
The sunglasses make it seem like maybe a secret agent did
Yes,
it.
something.
Right.
Like Magnum PR is getting all sorts of tail.
Right.
Yeah. So what and I'll put this online. My Trapper Keeper, the bubbling foamy water is starting to fill the very, very base of the P and the E in the words paradise because the water's rushing up. There's assorted seashells, maybe like 10 of them. And then there's, what is that, a lily?
An orchid, I thought. I think it's an orchid.
An orchid. There's an orchid.
Purple orchid.
Purple orchid laying above the word paradise. Then this makes no sense at all now that I'm thinking of it for the first time in my life.
Photos.
There's two processed photos,
Right.
like film photos, like on
Right.
stock on the sand next to the flower and the seashells. One is of a beach, which makes no sense. It's of a palm tree beach. Is laying on the beach, and the other is of a parrot, and the parrot is on a beach as well, it seems. And then the only thing that Q pointed out next to it is a pair of aviator sunglasses
Yeah.
laying next to the two photos.
Those are badass sunglasses.
Yeah. So basically, somebody wrote paradise in the sand with their finger. The ocean is coming up, cascading into the letters. And there is an orchid, seashells, and two photographs of the beach on the beach. And then a pair of black aviator sunglasses. Lord knows what I had to choose from in the store at that point.
Right.
But this is what represented hip to me.
In 2014, they introduced a new version of the Trapper Keeper.
I wonder if it's all the rage. I wonder if kids right now, because you had to have one. If you didn't have one, it's like,
Right.
you don't have a Trapper Keeper? When are you getting a Trapper Keeper? Which, it was assumed you had one.
Right.
Which Trapper Keeper do you have?
They were, no amount of
Ubiquitous.
words could really get across how everybody had a fucking Trapper
Every
Keeper.
single person.
Right.
And it came with, like, it out of nowhere. It stormed.
Right.
Right? So here are images for Trapper Keepers. When they first came out, mind you, she had a hot air balloon, but look at this Trapper Keeper. It's just a solid blue.
Okay.
People were still enamored with the concept of it.
Right.
And then some guy there was finally like, wait a minute. Let's put images on it. This was a very famous Trapper Keeper back then.
Yeah, the
One of the first
Lamborghini?
ones, the red Lamborghini.
Yeah, that one.
It's just so funny. It's
Look
like,
for the dinosaur one.
let's
'cause
make a
that-
boy one.
Right.
Let's make a, you know what I mean?
See,
Here's a version of mine, kind of a little bit.
yeah, that's
These are the initial ones when it was still, it was a photo inside the solid color.
Right.
But then they started getting crazy, and I'm about to blow your mind right now, my friend.
What do you got?
I'm about to blow your mind. Oh, this was a very standard one. I remember this one too. That's a very Megan Manduke. It's a
Megan Van
horse.
Duke works on our show. Beloved woman who works on our show, but she's an equestrian of sorts.
Yeah. I'm going to blow your mind right now, buddy. I'm going to blow your mind. Are you ready?
Yeah. What do you got? A Back to the Future Trapper Keeper?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now hold on. This is saying
What the fuck? I never saw that one.
iPad Trapper Keeper. Hold on. It's an iPad Trapper Keeper concept artwork, which means that's a very good idea. The Trapper Keepers for your iPad now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, see, look.
Oh.
That's a fun idea. That's a very fun
That's
idea.
somebody using the noggin.
Send us photos of your Trapper Keeper if you still have it. Mail them to us, and we'll post a few of the best ones. We'll get Chris to post a bunch.
And
of
I remember
ones.
you could cut that open and slide your own photo in to that.
Oh, that's
know?
amazing. Now, was that a hack? Was that a life hack,
Yeah,
or
it
did they
was.
suggest that?
No, I think it was a
Did they
hack.
start making one with an opening?
I don't know. I remember having to cut it.
Here's one of the originals, the hot air balloon. That's some bullshit. Like,
Yeah. You know what? I would rock that today.
Yeah. And then they started getting crazy. Remember this? They started doing like alternate shapes.
That one that my brother had.
Getting zany.
Yeah, that one I actually had in my house. Yeah.
What do you think the fascination with Trapper Keeper was?
It's all marketing, man.
But how did they get children to be like, I need a folder?
Well, it was school time.
Yeah.
Everybody's going back. They put out that hip commercial. They played it endlessly on Saturday morning. Next thing you know, I need a Trapper Keeper, buddy.
Yeah. I wonder if they're still available. I bet you people are selling their Trapper Keepers on
I'm going to
eBay.
go on eBay right now. Let's see.
Let me know right now.
Trapper Keeper.
I'm going to start carrying around a trap. You know, it's too bulky, though. I could see if I was at school. I would still like it.
Oh, they're out there, buddy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
People are selling, like, originals, or are they, like, new ones?
Yeah, absolutely. For like
Original.
$10, too.
Yeah, well, how much could they actually... I wonder what the price was back then. Do you recall?
I know.
Oh, I'd love to know.
The Ferrari one that you just showed me,
Yeah.
$3.75.
No. All right, here's another 80s retro Trapper Keeper commercial. Let's see if they got more hip. This is an
Basic
ad.
story of the slab
Hold
is,
on.
a large Greek family.
Here we go. Where's your homework?
Dog eat it.
My brother's holding it for ransom. Aliens ransacked my room.
My printer's down.
What, did James Murray make this commercial?
Is for losing your schoolwork with the Trapper Keeper, because Trapper's special folders and pockets keep an amazing amount of work organized, secure, and right where you want it.
It's on the spaceship to Pluto.
The one and only Trapper, only from Mead.
So they updated it a little bit. They really kind of did it there.
That does look like James Murray made that commercial.
Here's let's see. Here's one more.
Here you are. Say, what is that thing?
It's my trapper for me.
Sure is a lot neater than this.
That's because it traps my papers in so they won't fall out. And I've got a trapper folder for each subject.
That's pretty neat.
And the Trapper Keeper holds all my trappers. This flap even has a Velcro closure to keep everything inside.
Boy, I've got to get a trapper and get my act together.
If you do, I'll let you carry my books.
The Trapper and the Trapper Keeper. Get
Wait,
20
what-
coupons on these meat products.
What is she saying? Why does she have to? Holy shit! There's a Darth Vader Trapper Keeper.
There you go, man. That's stupid.
Wow.
That was a ridiculously sexist Trapper Keeper.
It was the
commercial.
90s, bro. The 80s and 90s.
The 80s.
That's where sexism lived.
How much were Trapper Keepers? What did I say? How much were Trapper Keepers?
Yeah. How did we end up on
The
this?
history of the Trapper Keeper.
There's a history.
The history. Here we go. Holy shit, this is pretty cool. You ready?
Yeah.
In the fall of 1981,
Okay.
second grader Mike Ryan was walking through the halls of his new school when he realized something terrible. He was the only kid without a Trapper Keeper. Wait, what the fuck is this? I'm sure there were others, he says now, but I certainly didn't notice them because they weren't worth noticing because they didn't have a Trapper Keeper. After school, he told his parents his tale of woe, and his father picked up one, but it was the wrong thing, a ripoff made of what appeared to be denim. To Ryan's horror, everyone noticed. Trapper Keeper? That looks more like Trapper Jeanspur, one kid sneered. It was that weird thing where having a knockoff was worse than having nothing at all. Remember that? Remember GoBots?
Oh, I loved GoBots.
You didn't? They were like knockoffs.
They were hard.
But everyone liked them because they were cheap and
Yeah. You got it for like $2.
So people liked GoBots. They weren't like, that's a GoBot, not a Transformer.
No, I think there was like an anti-GoBot
There
thing,
was.
but I never bought into it.
What about Bojos?
I don't remember Mojo.
They were the alt to Cavaricci's.
Oh no, I never even got on the Cavaricci train.
We should wear Cavaricci's on the show.
Do they still make them with the 2 belts?
Let's see. Vintage. You know what they looked like, right?
Yeah, they were like wind pants,
Yeah,
like denim. I never bought them.
vintage Z Cavaricci pants for sale. Yes,
I always thought they looked stupid. Even back then, I remember like a buddy of mine, Anthony.
I had 3 pair. They were all the rage when we first went into school.
Yeah, and I just couldn't do it.
No, they got worse and worse though. They got they got really bad. Like this is they started out with this standard black pair and the thing,
right.
the thing on the belt, the
Right.
Cavaricci logo, the white Cavaricci logo. That was now. I also think Cavaricci's might have been regional. I don't know if those swept the nation like they did in New York.
Oh, they were
In the
horrible.
tri-state area.
Oh, my vamp. I gotta blow my nose.
If you guys do not know what Z Cavaricci's are, the letter Z and then a new word, Cavaricci, Cavaricci. That's the designer. They are a pair of pants that got really popular in the late 80s. And they were like really baggy in the thigh and then extremely tapered at the ankle. So they kind of looked at a little bit less extreme of a version of MC Hammer pants. And when they came out, and also the waist was very high and tapered. And then they came out with shorts and multiple colors. Like they started with black and brown and stuff like that as dress pants. And they started making denim ones. These things were so hard to get. And also not a lot of people would have them. If you did, they were, as a kid, they were your dress pants. They were $89.99. Now,
Really? That much?
yeah, they started at $69.99. They went up to $119. I remember. If you crunch those numbers, if you're a child in the '80s and a pair of children's pants in the late '80s are $90 to $100 for a child.
Let me see if I can look it up.
There's just no way. Like, if you got it, that was your big birthday gift, your big Christmas present, and then you wore those things with a badge of honor. They are grotesque.
What year?
The boom, I remember it happened in like 88, 89.
88, 89. All right, we'll just do
89, 90.
We'll do 89. You said they were how much?
They started at around 69. They went up to like 119. There were ones that are more rare than others.
Right.
Like if you wanted to get a basic black pair, you might be able to $70, $80. But if there was like a new style that just came out, it would be like $190 to $110.
So let's say $85 as an average.
At least. And they also came with a belt. Most of them came with their
my
own
God.
belt.
$85. Oh wait, that's 1980. Hold on. 89.
Yeah, I mean, this is what they look like. Look at that.
$162.
Yeah, no, it depended on the store. Because
Yeah.
what had happened was they were selling out everywhere. You couldn't get them. So they were like Trapper Keepers and Couch Patch
Right.
Kids. And so stores were just literally like marking them up as
Right.
high as they could. Like that happens. Like at Christmas time back then when it was like a limited thing. Like I remember when Cabbage Patch Kids came out, every kid wanted one so bad, right? And you couldn't find them. And I remember getting like we used to get calls. Like my aunt would walk into a store, call my mother on the phone, be like, "Get down here, they have Cabbage Patch Kids."
Right.
And then my mom would get down there and they'd be sold out by the time she got down there. Or my mom would call my aunt. My aunt used to buy them. I think she used to buy them in like just buy them and resell them.
Oh, like a scam?
No, not like a scam, but like since they were so hard to get,
Right.
Like I remember there was a lady who like if she went and there was like a store had 4 left, she'd buy the 4 and then call up and say, "I bought 4. Who wants a Couch Patch Kid?"
Oh, so she would have marked them up.
I don't know. People were doing that though.
Right.
They were doing it for $70-$80. Funny enough, Trapper Keepers still exist right now.
Yeah.
So do Cabbage Patch Kids. I'm not sure about Z Cavaricci's. If you look at some of the styles, they're absolutely grotesque. They started going like overboard where like a big flap would fold over and you'd like button it to like the side of your pants. They really got more and more like MC Hammer pants.
Could we buy them to wear in the show?
We can, but I remember mine were a size 28 waist.
Right.
And then I went up to I wore them for a couple of years. So I went up to a 30 waist.
Right.
I had a cream color pair, a black pair, a brown pair. But I don't know if they have 36 waist right now. I think it would just look like a sale.
Right.
But the thing was, there was this flea market
Okay.
called Caesar's Bay Bazaar.
Oh yeah, of course.
It was, if you're a local person, it's right over the Verrazano Bridge in Brooklyn.
You used to be able to get fake IDs,
Yeah, it was
switchblades.
your one-stop shop.
Yeah,
if you were
yeah.
in high school,
Uh-huh.
you get dropped off at Caesar's Bay Bazaar.
Right.
You get a pretzel, an ice, a poster, a switchblade, whatever.
I got some Samantha Fox posters there
Yes.
back in the day. Right.
So they had a store in Caesar's Bay Bazaar that had irregular Cavaricis.
That's great. That's so great.
And they sold them for $40 each. And there used to be mass exoduses out of Staten Island to Caesar's Bay Bazaar to pick up these dress pants for $40 each. You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell they were you know what I mean? They were really only marked down, X, but
Well, Caesar's Bay Bazaar is now gone, but Caesar's Bay Shopping Center is where it stood. That's where the Best Buy is and the Toys R Us
yes,
and
that's
everything.
exactly right. Yep.
Shit.
I mean, it was to the point where Cavaricci's actually made you popular. That's how it was.
Right.
You know what's funny? The 80s were very much like 80s movies.
What do you mean?
You know how vintage 80s classics, like the John Hughes movies, or just movies that were made in the 80s, they just have the 80s about them. It's almost, you can't even recreate it right now.
Sure, yeah, I would see that. I would agree with that.
80s commercials, 80s television shows,
Right.
80s were 80s. And even if you try to put the filter on now and do the hairstyle and just mock the 80s or lampoon it or spoof the 80s,
Right.
you can't capture that same exact thing. But a lot of the 80s movies and the high school movies and the movies for kids our age, they really were the 80s were really kind of like that.
Yeah, they were. They were a slightly more innocent time, right?
Yeah, but if you had something like the Trapper Keeper before everybody else, other things, you were cool.
Yeah.
And that was a real thing, and that might still be happening in schools today. I just don't know what the.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so hopelessly out of touch that I would never. I think it all revolves around the Facebook now, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a virtual high school Facebook, where people are getting shamed on there,
Right.
and everything like that. I think it's kind of crazy, but I don't know what the Everything is it seems so accessible these days.
Did you make pizza last night?
What?
Did you make pizza last night? There's a pizza tray. There's a full-on pizza tray. in
I
the
have a
sink.
pizza tray that I
Right.
use to heat up pizza.
So what happened?
That pizza tray
What's
can be
going
used
on?
to A, make
Okay.
a pizza,
Right.
or B, heat up pizza. And what it does is it helps it cook correctly and stay crispy.
All right, so you had some leftover pizza?
No. My mom stopped by and she brought a frozen pizza and
Okay.
she threw it in.
Okay. All right, so then you put DiGiorno's on that. Let's slide that in.
It's precisely.
Got it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
But I have used that to both make and heat up pizza. It wouldn't be out of context for me to tell you I heated up a pizza on it.
Okay.
It's the point of it.
Yeah, I just didn't know because you have the pizza knife. I bought the Christmas gift I got you.
I cut it open with a knife that
with a
pizza all over.
dirty pizza knife.
Yeah, I wasn't in here slapping and tossing dough. If that's what
Yeah, that's what I'm. That's
No.
because that's a full size pizza plate in
Yes.
the sink right there.
Yeah. No, it's good. You pick one up. It comes in handy. I use it more than you think. You know what? It has holes in it, so when you put it in the oven,
Right.
everything cooks faster and gets crispier because it's aerated.
Right. Okay. And you don't want to just put it on the.
This cooks it better.
Okay. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, it's very similar to what pizzerias use when they.
Yeah. That's why I thought you might be in here with the flour and the dough and the
No. Have you ever made a pizza at home?
fried pizza.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's so good. You buy the pizza dough like Angiano's or wherever your local market is.
Yeah.
And then you put some oil in and you fry it. You just put it in it and fry the dough in there. And then
In a pan?
Yeah, then like,
So you're frying-
like a frying pan.
You're frying
Right.
dough in a pan.
Yeah, you fry dough in the pan.
Okay.
And then you take the sauce, and you take it out of once it's a crispy brown, you take it out, you put it on a dish. Then you take sauce and you put it over that, and then you take, and this is important, grated cheese,
Right.
and sprinkle the shit out of it on that. That's fried pizza. It's delicious.
So the cheese only semi melts. Is that what it is?
It weird. It mixes it with the sauce. It sort of like makes a cheesy sauce thing.
Is that just something you made up?
That's my parents used to make it.
Oh yeah, 'cause I've never heard of that.
Oh, it's unbelievably good.
Yeah, because it's fun to make a pizza too.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. I think I've done that like at my grandparents' house as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so you pick up the dough for like $2.
Right.
The sauce, the cheese. That's it. Those are the 3 ingredients. No, but I used to work at a pizzeria all through college. So,
Right.
Did I ever tell you what my friends used to do to me when they used to come? So I worked at a pizzeria through college.
Right.
And it was a lot of fun. Like I would go straight from school there, and I would do like my homework and stuff
Right.
in between the deliveries.
Well, you were a delivery guy, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I was responsible for a lot of other things too.
Okay.
Like I made the dough. I made the dough, and I would cut and weigh the dough, and then you put it into. You have to put the dough into these tins. You have to oil these. First, you have to oil these tins.
Okay.
Then you have to put all the ingredients into a big mixer. You make a batch of dough that can make like 50 pizzas, and then you take all that dough out in one huge ball. It's like a blob,
All
this
right.
big. Then you take a knife, and by eye you cut dough. You throw it on a scale. The scale has this, let's just say weigh a pound.
Right.
So, but you would get an eye for it and bang them out with one slice.
Right.
And then once you weighed it and it was the right amount, you'd put it into the oiled tin that you have.
Okay. That I've seen at
And then you
pizzerias.
stack a tin, another tin on top of
Right.
another tin. And then you put all those tins in the refrigerator. And what happens is the dough settles properly into a round disc in that tin.
Right.
And it gets naturally oiled. And then when you're ready to make a pizza, you literally just pull it out of there and you start right from there.
Right.
So I did all that. Plus, I used to make all the boxes.
Wow, they put you to work there, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it is in every pizzeria, but I guess like either the guy's just sitting around waiting to go or he's doing something.
Right.
So I made all the boxes. Plus, I grated all the cheese.
What did they do?
Well, when I worked there was 3 of us, right? It was the pizza guy who made the pizza.
Right.
It was the other guy who was the owner, or whoever it was if the owner wasn't there, who cooked.
What is the dough made out of? Like, is it just bread dough?
No, it's like flour, yeast. It's like
Once again, if the world fell apart and you and I were the only ones left, would you be able to recreate pizza?
if I had all the equipment, yeah, I think so.
You could.
Yeah, but I was there 4 or 5 years.
I just wonder about, like, I don't know how to make flour. What is flour made from?
I don't know. Flour is like a crushed. Is it like it's processed, isn't it? It's like processed grain. I don't know what the fuck flour. I don't know.
So we wouldn't be able to make pizza.
Oh, you want me to like make flour? I'm talking about I can make pizza if I open a bag of flour.
Right. I'm assuming all the flour is gone.
Here. I was kind of right. Flour is a powder which is made by grinding cereal grains, beans, and other seeds or roots. It's the main ingredient in bread.
All right.
There you go. So, and then I used to cut the cheese. Isn't that a word? Is that a...
It's a fart term.
It is, right? Is it?
Yeah. Who cut the cheese?
Well, we shred the cheese. Like, you would have to take big blocks.
Right.
Big blocks of whole milk mozzarella. And then you'd cut them into like strips of cubes, and then I'd put them in a grinder, and I'd push down, and it'd come out shredded, almost like a meat grinder.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I'd make huge bins of them,
Okay.
and that was time consuming, and it was you had to really be like, because you're
Right.
pushing it through. So I did all that. Where was like, oh, so what used to happen was, like, if I worked like a 6-hour shift or an 8-hour shift, I could do the boxes, the cheese, and the dough within like probably like 3-4 hours.
Right.
The rest of it, we would just chill, bullshit, eat pizza, watch
Sure.
TV. Right?
Sounds fun, actually.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes if the shit was done, I didn't do it, like that. So my friends would come and they'd hang out in the pizzeria the whole time.
Right.
right? So like they'd even come like Mike Baccio and Joe Severese. They would come, they'd make boxes, your friend Slice makes some boxes. We'd all watch the Yankee game, what have you.
Sure.
And the big thing is that they would come with me on deliveries. I also used to stop at my girlfriend's house. At the time, she lived in the same neighborhood I delivered pizza in.
Yeah.
So like every handful of deliveries, if I was passing her house, I'd call. I'd be like, I'd go get her and just talk to her for 5 minutes, then go back. It was kind of really cool.
Right.
Anyway, they used to come with me to deliver pizza, and they used to do this thing to me, and I couldn't. There was no way for me to avoid it. Okay. Now, you guys probably know that we're from Staten Island, and I don't know if you probably know that the Wu-Tang Clan is from Staten Island, and I lived in and amongst all the neighborhoods that they did. And like the biggest neighborhoods that they lived in were like Stapleton and Park Hill, maybe New Brighton, like that. And I grew up in Rosebank, which is the connecting neighboring little town, not town, but like little neighborhood.
It flows right into it.
Rosebank is connected to Park Hill.
Right.
That's it. Like one block is Rosebank, the next block is Park Hill, and that's it. So Park Hill, Stapleton, all these neighborhoods were within our delivery range. So I used to deliver to them every single day, which I delivered pizza to Wu-Tang people, right?
That sounds vaguely racist.
Wu-Tang affiliates, I mean. Like, I didn't mean like... I didn't deliver pizza like Ghostface, but I delivered pizza like all the time to like all the people. Because the Wu-Tang Clan had like 1 billion hangers on.
I mean, so many affiliates.
Yeah. So when I used to... when I used to deliver pizza to like the neighborhoods that were a little bit more rough and tumble, I used to like pull up like Park Hill Avenue and get out and like I have to go to like, one of the projects or the tenements or something like that, right? And as I would get out and walk and ring the bell of like the house or whatever it is that I was at, these fucking guys, right? Like it was the summer, so my windows were down. They used to lean back in the chairs.
So nobody could see them?
No one could see them. And then they would put on 106.7 Light FM and turn it up as high as it could possibly go. So as soon as whoever opened the door, like Celine Dion would be, when I tell you blasting, because all my windows are down, right? It will be blasting through the streets. You know what I mean?
That's pretty awesome.
Like, so it'll be like, they open the door, I'll be like, $8, hi. And then it'll be like, 'cause I'm your lady. And you are mine. And I had to sit through it because there was no explanation. Like, what do I say?
Right.
And I couldn't run back to the car and fix it.
Right.
So you got to remember, they're taking the pizza. Right. They're putting the pizza down. Hold on one second. They're going through their money. Do you have change?
Right.
And so it would all take like, a minute to 2 minutes straight. And that thing was a blasting. And then not just to that person, anybody walking by.
Sure.
And then they would be hiding. And like, I started to get known as like the kid who just didn't give a fuck. He would lower all his windows and blast Light FM. It was the most humiliating thing. And like, you kind of like forget that they're going to do it, and or you still want them to hang with me through my own. Like if Mike hung with me through my entire shift, that makes my shift a lot better.
Right.
So it was like a trade-off. And one time we went off our rockers. We took white electrical tape.
Right.
And scissors. And we had about 10 of my friends.
I remember this, yeah.
We had about 10 of my friends. I had, at this point in time, my cars used to just die. I used to either just total them or they used to die.
Right.
And they used to like die, and I used to pull over and get out and never see, and then walk away and never see the car.
Like Elvis, dude.
No, but you know what I mean? Like the car would be like, it would die. I'd be like, that's it for that car. And then I'd get up, I walk the rest of my way.
Right.
And then I would call like cash for cars or whatever, and they'd come get that car. Like I just left it there.
That's pretty crazy. But you're talking like $200 cars and shit like that, right?
Yeah, we'll get into it. Hold on. I gotta blow my nose. Cut this out. So, my first car, what was yours?
My first car was a Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
What was
Wasn't
it
yours
called?
like a Falcon Talon?
No.
Talon or something?
I had my first car was a Plymouth. It was a rebadged Mustang called a Plymouth. I can't remember, but it was a Mustang.
How did you get it?
My girlfriend's parents were getting rid of it, and they just gave it to me.
Okay.
And it was awesome because it was a hatchback and it was super quick, but it just died.
Didn't you
after
have
a
like a green Talon?
Plymouth Laser?
A laser. Oh,
Yeah, that car I loved.
Yeah.
I blew out the engine on that
That's
one.
so not you.
It was awesome, man. That car was quick.
Yeah.
Stick shift. I would like blast down Highland Boulevard.
Yeah. Oh, I'll quickly take you through my first few cars, which didn't last a long time. I had names for all of them. My parents gave me their 1984 Buick Skyhawk.
Okay.
It was silver. We're going back to cloth interior, no power, anything, no cassette deck. We're going back.
Right.
Okay. That car was totaled when a truck ran a red light, and the car went into an accordion. It crushed.
Really?
The only part of the car that did not get crushed was the seat I was in.
Oh man.
Spun around 3 times. It was a van, like a van that ran a red light and hit me. But it was like a plumbing van. Like it was a guy that was working, right? That was Quicksilver.
Okay.
Right? Then after that car was given to me. That car was given to me by my parents. Then after that, I needed to buy a car. So my dad drove around, and we found a brown Chevy Celebrity.
Okay.
Bench seat, nylon brown bench seat, brown exterior. My dad bought me that for $1,100. I was delivering pizza, looked down for 1 second, hit a parked car.
Oh, come on.
Going 40 miles an hour. I looked up, and the car had veered to the right because I was looking down at the address I was going to, 32 Reed Avenue. And I remember the address.
Cool.
I looked back up, and I was going 40. I remember I was drinking a root beer, smoking a cigarette. I looked down at the thing. I looked back up, and my car was going 40, and I was 1 foot from a parked car.
And you just clipped it.
I hit it head on. Knocked that car from the parking spot over the sidewalk, knocked down a black wrought iron fence, and went into someone's front yard.
Hold on. Mercury Capri. That was my first car. I got obsessed with that. I'm sorry.
Mercury Capri? I don't even know what that is.
It's all it was a Mustang. Hold on. Mercury. Now I'm fucking obsessed. All it was a Mustang that Mercury put out. They bought it and put it out, and it was white, and it was fucking badass. Yeah. So my first car was basically a Mustang.
Okay.
But it was spray painted white.
Oh, God.
Like it was just a piece of shit.
Yeah, but it was all you could do to get your hands on a piece of shit back then.
It was great.
Like, everyone had a piece of shit car. Everybody had a used hand-me-down. Like, 90% of the people had a used hand-me-down. Like, shit where the car would backfire.
Right.
Would have to get jumped all the time. No one had power. But it was still the coolest. If you had a car, you had a car. You went and you picked everybody up. You
felt
scooped
great.
everybody up. It was amazing. You would blast the tinny sounding radio. It didn't even matter. You had a way to get around. People would pile in, six people in a car. You know what I mean?
That was it. And it was a hatchback. And the seat,
wow.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. And the back went down, so I would like put the thing up. I would go down to the beach with girls.
Yeah.
And then just put a couple of pillows like that, and we used to just sit in the car.
Really?
Yeah. It was awesome.
That was another thing that we did with those cars. We would drive to the beach and park in the parking lot of the beach.
Right.
Miller Field. Right?
Yeah, right down by Miller Field.
Miller Field.
Yeah.
Midland Beach.
Well, Miller Field runs into
Midland Beach was called. And it was our beach in Staten Island used to be like a Coney Island beach, and it had the rides and all that stuff like that. And then it got destroyed and burnt down,
Right.
and it never recovered. So we have like a 2-3 mile boardwalk, which is really beautiful, but our sand is like dirt. And so people don't use our shoreline as a traditional beach anymore. It's since now been built up, but when we were younger, it used to be a place to hang out.
Right.
And so there was parking lots along the boardwalk for 2 miles that were always empty because nobody used the beach as a beach.
Right. There are no homosexual meeting points. That was always the rumor on Staten Island.
Right. But the last 2 were where every single person that was a teenager on Staten Island drove to
Right.
on a Friday or Saturday night. They parked their car in the parking lot and got out, played their radio of their car, got beer, and hung out by their car and talked and met people in the dark.
Right.
Because there was no lights.
Well, sometimes you would go down and light a campfire on the beach.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
But people just congregated
Right.
in a parking lot. And the cops didn't even break it up.
No, and you would see people from school down there. You would see people from other schools.
Yes,
And
and
everybody.
then eventually, every night, some type of fight would break out. And
Right.
someone would do something mischievous.
Right.
Then the cops would come and everybody would scatter.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Within the past 2 years, I brought a girl down there for old time's sakes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is anybody there?
Nobody was there. It was
Yeah,
like
it's
somebody
not-
walking
it's
their
not
dog.
that anymore.
It's not like that anymore.
I don't even know if you could do it anymore. Like they closed half of them down.
Yeah, they
and
really
the cops
fixed it
come.
up. You can't do it.
But it was very of the time, and it was like you'd see that in an '80s movie as well.
Yeah.
But wait, how did we get into this?
We talking about your car. So you clipped the car.
Oh yeah, that was forget. So that car was old.
Right.
Was brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Yeah, and the Big ZD. I think I told this on the podcast before, but Big ZD exploded everywhere, and it was when I had my long like Eddie Vedder hair,
Right.
and my head broke the windshield, and in my hair was an even mix of shards of windshield glass and Big ZD.
That's horrible.
And I had all my hockey equipment in my trunk, and my trunk popped open, and the hockey equipment went all over the street.
Oh,
And
dude, I
I
feel
took
bad.
a second to come to, and I got out, and I looked, and this guy's car knocked down a wrought iron fence. It was in someone else's yard. At that exact moment, the kid that delivered with me, because sometimes we had multiple delivery guys, he passed. He was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to go to delivery to the store and get Pat." Pat was my boss.
right.
We'll call the cops. So they all came, and I just was like dazed, and like Pat like helped me collect all my hockey equipment, and put it in his
man.
car, and then the guy got off the bus. I think I told this story before. Sorry if I have, but the guy was a park and ride for the express bus, so he parked his
Right.
car next to the bus stop. So at that time, he got off the bus. There was cops, ambulances, and he walks across the street, and I see him like walk up to the cop, and he goes, "That's my car." His car was in the yard.
Right.
And then he looked at me, and I just was like, "Sorry, man. I didn't mean it, obviously." And he
Right.
didn't say a word to me. That was Old Brown. Then I got Brown. No, that was Brown Sugar. Did I say? Then I
Right.
got Old Brown. Old Brown was a K car. It was the car that another brown car
Yeah.
with a brown vinyl interior with a bench seat. Another one, only AM radio.
Oh, God.
That was the car. A K car was a Plymouth Reliant K. It was the cars that they used to use for driver's
Right.
ed that had dual pedals.
Yeah.
And it only had AM radio. So I had a Sony boombox in the front seat for my radio. That car got into an accident.
Right.
I lost that car. Anyway, my boss ended up lending me $550. We went to a mechanic for that he knew, and we bought a red Chevy Celebrity station wagon.
Okay. This is the one that I remember.
Yeah, a Chevy station wagon. Yeah.
Right.
And
With the numbers. Is that where you're going with this? Okay.
So
yeah.
I used to deliver pizza with that one, and that's the one that they used to blast the music in. And one day we took white tape and we detailed the car. So we put like all sorts of like lightning bolts, racing stripes. We put the General Lee 99.
But just with white tape.
Yeah, but it looks real.
Yeah.
We put 99 on the door, like 99 on the doors or 00. And then on the windshield, we put D's nuts. We spelt it. I will get the pictures. Trapper Keeper and these will go up. We put D's nuts on it, and on the back windshield we put "Caught You Looking." On the hood we put a big lightning bolt and it said "Fear Me." And then I delivered pizza through Park Hill and Stapleton and everywhere, every neighborhood with that car like that for months. And you would be surprised. Now, I don't know if it's because half the people back then it just thought it was really detailed, or half the people appreciated the humor.
Right.
But I would drive through, and after that, everybody would wave, everybody would beep. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then to go deliver the pizza like that, and it would say D's nuts on the windshield, and then Celine Dion would be blasted. I
It's
gotta
the shit. What? Like, why? we don't do things. I mean, we do professionally things.
You know what
but-
it is? Because there was less to consume yourself with indoors. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
There was less television stations. There was no internet. There wasn't cell phones. So it wasn't like, oh, I want to know who did this. I'll pull out my phone. I'll Google it.
Right.
Oh, I got to talk to him right now. I'll call him right now.
Right.
Like if you went out on a nice day for the day, we sound like we're 70 years old right now.
Yeah.
But if you went outside, you had to go back inside to make a call.
Right.
You know, so you just kind of like, you were more creative back then.
Yeah, it was just there's something to being young, and I wonder what the experience for people who are young today are. It's got to have translated somehow. That sort of just hanging out with your friends. Girls are an issue, but they're not your wife yet. You know what I mean? They may not even be your girlfriend yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's just something. You're just hanging out with your boys, and your shenanigans are afoot.
It is actually almost probably impossible in this day and age to recreate any of that.
think so?
I think it is. It has shed its skin 100%. I think there's the internet. There are smartphones.
Yeah, but I see
and,
kids in my neighborhood walking around like.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Playing with they're bouncing a basketball and shit, just walking down to the schoolyard.
I guess so. Not. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because that's what, when you say, like, in recent years, the term boys will be boys, I found has been turned into a negative, where it's just like date rape. Oh, but it's boys will be boys, and like it's a patriarchal society, all this shit. But like, when I always heard that term,
Who's brushing off a rape with boys will be boys?
oh, that's like, I've heard, and this is an anti-feminist thing, which is like, that's what I've heard feminists say, like colleges use for like date, like not like alleyway, like coming
Gotcha.
to beat the shit out of your rape. I'm talking about like, you know what I mean, like frat houses and shit like that.
Oh, right.
Like date rape shit where they're just like, they write it off as boys will be boys and stuff like that.
Right.
That's the only time I've heard that in recent years. But like growing up, it wasn't a harmful thing. It was just like, hey, you're just hanging out with your friends. Like it's 2 a.m. and you're on a street corner and
Right.
you know, you're just acting like assholes and shit like that, but not in a harmful way, you know,
Right.
almost like a Leave It to Beaver type way.
Right.
And I hope that still exists because that forms so much. It just has to. It has to.
It kind of makes you want to like come this summer, just go walking around. Like what if we all just walked around
Right.
in Staten Island? You know, you eventually find your way to the store, you buy a bag of chips.
Sure, you get a 25-cent drink. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then you find your way to the schoolyard. Maybe you play a little box ball,
Right,
suicide.
right.
Right? Then who knows what? You end up at a pizzeria for lunch. You end up taking your bikes down to the water.
Right.
I'm describing probably the most perfect day in the world.
You're
It's like
describing
my
like a
childhood.
great day, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I used to have the biggest crush on this woman, this girl, Jackie, who was a basketball player for St. Joseph Hill. And she used to go down to the park and play basketball. And then like it was almost like a role reversal because I had such a crush on her and I was not good at basketball and she was great at it. So I would go down to the park to watch her and her friends play basketball. And I would sit on the bench and watch them play.
like hanging on the gate.
Yeah.
Like through the other side.
Wearing her jacket because I was a little chilly.
A midriff.
But it was her and her
Smacking gum.
like a scrunchie up in my hair. Like she had hot friends and they all played basketball. So like me and my buddy Keck would just go down and just watch them play. And like afterwards we would try and fucking hook up with them and shit like that. But now that I think about it, it was pretty fucking gay. Like it was like, you want to go down and watch the girls play basketball? All right, let's do it.
Isn't it great though?
That was amazing.
Great.
Because I'd be watching their asses and shit. You know what I mean? Like I'd be watching age appropriate girls like playing basketball and shit. It was kind of hot. You know?
Well, on that topic, one of the things that I found in my Trapper Keeper when I was cleaning
Okay.
was okay. This is I'm putting myself out there here. All right,
I know what this is.
This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. From grade, I want to say 5th grade.
Right.
You go there. From 5th grade to I want to say, let's say 8th grade.
Okay.
I think I broke out of it slightly when I was in high school, but at its peak, I'd say 6th, 7th grade. I was in love with Alyssa Milano.
Right.
Alyssa Milano being Samantha Maselli from Who's the Boss.
I mean, everybody's got to know who Alyssa Milano
I think
is.
she was somewhere like 4 years older than me, which at that time when I'm 12 and she's 16 is huge. A
Sure.
16-year-old girl's not messing with a 12-year-old kid. So it was like a distant fantasy, but I knew there would be that time where you catch up.
Sure. Like, at some point, the age is not going to matter.
Like in my head, I fantasize like, well, look, 30 and 34 is no big deal. Like what is the age, like 21, 25?
Yeah, that's not bad.
I don't know. See, when you're in 4-year increments, she's always a full school ahead of you.
Right.
So like a senior's not going to date a freshman.
Right.
A senior in college probably not going to date a freshman in college. I don't know. But I held on to hope that I had a little enough years between us that one day it would catch up and I could date this girl. Now, to explain to you the crush that I had on her. Yeah, she's 1972. I'm 1976. So we're 4 years almost to the day. We're a month apart, right? To explain to you the level of the extent of crush, did you have a crush on anyone to the like ridiculous extremes where you'd be embarrassed?
Samantha Fox.
But you'd be embarrassed?
Because
that was an adult when you were a kid.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I was consumed by her.
Here's what I'll tell you about Samantha Fox. Okay, not to get off topic.
Go ahead.
There used to be in like 7th and 8th grade, I became a rocker. Okay, I loved heavy metal and especially like glam rock, like Poison.
Okay,
like I like Guns N' Roses, Poison, Def Leppard, that kind of thing. Right.
Right.
And I used to get the Heavy Metal magazine. Do you remember that magazine?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know if it exists today, but it was
does
like,
in some
form. It was
form,
basically
yeah.
like a magazine with pictures of bands, interviews with bands, write-ups on their albums, things like that. It was a very like popular magazine in the 80s when heavy metal was very predominant.
Right.
And in it there would be pages of advertising. So like there'd be a page and I still have this. I can go get it right now as a matter of fucking fact. I can get it right now. In it would be like a page where there'd be like thumbnails. And I think we talk about this too, but if we did, I'm sorry. But there'd be thumbnails of like blacklight posters that you could order.
Right. Okay.
Posters.
Sure.
So one page would have like these little images of maybe like 40 posters. And then at the bottom was a slip to fill out. You cut it out.
Right.
And you write the number of the poster you want. You put it in the mail with a check.
Sure.
And then mail you the poster back. And in one of these thumbnails was a topless poster of Samantha Fox. So the picture of her topless was the size of like the tip of your thumb only.
Yeah.
But you could still see, and it was black and white, but you could still see.
I remember what you're talking about.
And that was like one of the first set of boobs I got to look at on the regular. I couldn't believe it.
What a set, though. What a set of boobs.
So she was on my radar, too. And then, of course, she came out with Naughty Girls Need Love, Too, and I Want to Have Some Fun.
Yeah, oh, yeah, the classics. All classics.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys don't know Samantha Fox. Again, I don't know if that's a regional thing, but do yourself a favor and Google I Want to Have Some Fun and Naughty Girls Need Love, Too.
Oh, man, you're just going to...
Yeah.
You're going to thank me.
Which is kind of like that's kind of like not obvious. Like, it is obvious, I'm saying. Naughty Girls Need Love, Too. It should be like Prudish Girls Need Love, Too.
Well, I think, no, what she's saying is that, it's not just fucking. She needs love as well.
Oh,
that's the way I always took it.
Oh, I got to listen to the rest of the lyrics.
Yeah, I think that she'd like affection.
Okay.
Love.
I didn't catch that. Hold on.
You got to get the lyrics for Naughty.
Yeah. Naughty.
Oh, Samantha Fox, dude.
Need Love, Too.
I have...
Okay, Samantha Fox, Naughty Girls Need Love, Too. Lyrics.
Yes.
Here we go. Maybe, just maybe, Naughty Girls Need Love, Too. I've been told time and time again that you can't treat love like a game. But I play rough with hearts that never mend, 'cause some guys like you do the same. Love was just a 4-letter word, never heard, how absurd, how could it be? But now I can't believe this is real, how I feel. Now you steal my heart away from me.
Say, dude.
Used to be so good and so bad. Was something I just had. Used to always know what to do. Now you've got me confused.
Yeah.
Baby, don't let me be misunderstood. Temporary love so bad, but it feels so good. Then along came you. Now I know it's true. Naughty girls need love too.
Look at this, dude. That is hanging in my house right now.
Is it?
It's a framed Samantha Fox.
Is it really?
Yeah. I got it for Christmas.
Holy shit. Let me see right now. Let me see. Samantha Fox nude.
Oh, it's all over the place.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the one that was in that picture.
She's married to a woman now.
This is the exact poster. This is the exact poster.
That's it. Oh, my God. It's bringing back so many memories right now.
She's married to a woman?
Yeah.
She's got, I guess she posed to everything because there's all sorts of,
That's how she got famous. She was like a page 6 girl or something. There are tons of naked photos of her on the internet. And
it's all naked.
And you're welcome.
Let me see. Samantha Fox. Let's see what she was famous for.
That was the one that I had hidden away underneath my bed.
Yeah, that was another big one. So Samantha Karen Fox, also known as Sam, she's 48 right now. She's from England. Singer, songwriter, former glamour model, actress, TV personality, and record producer. Years active. You ready?
Yeah.
83 to 87 as a model, and 86 to the present.
She's out there still doing it.
As a
She does a
singer.
lot of animal charity stuff. I
Really?
keep up, dude. I follow her on Twitter. I'm there. This was another one,
Touch
too.
Me, I Want Your Body. That's another one.
This one was another one, too. That was famous.
Actually, I think that was the one.
That was the one,
It's
yeah.
one of those two because I remember the side boob.
Yeah. And I'm not even a boob guy, which really made it baffling. I think it was the English accent, the blonde hair. Oh, there it is, dude. That's the exact one.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just how about those beautiful giant breasts?
There you go. Well, there you go. But there used to be these teen magazines. Now, I don't know if they exist today. They probably do. They used to be called Bop.
Bob, of
and
course.
Big Bopper. And then, of course, there was Tiger Beat,
Right.
17. These were the teeny bopper version of the heavy metal magazine.
Right.
So there was a collective, I guess the people like now that would be like a, who knows what, like a, whatever these Nickelodeon Disney kids are like now.
Yeah.
So, in it would be Michael J. Fox, Kirk Cameron, Alyssa Milano, Nicole Eggert,
Right.
Corey Haim, Corey Feldman.
Cole Eggert, yeah.
All these teen idols at the time. And these magazines would have, this probably goes back to Davy Jones. Shit.
I'm sure they still have
Yeah.
a version of them today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they would have pinups. They would have posters of them, photographs, and interviews with them. And
Sure.
it was just a rag, but it would be like that. So I would get these magazines every single month, every one of them. 17, Tiger Beat, especially Bop and Big Bopper.
Right.
And I would cut out every single photo of Alyssa Milano. And she was the it girl, her and Nicole Eggert.
Right.
Right? Debbie Gibson too.
Sure, W.
Those were the three. And I would cut the page out and I put it on my wall. And every month there was probably like 3 to 5 pages in 3 to 5 magazines.
Right.
And what I did was I took tape and I cut them out. It was like 8 by 10. And I would line one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. And I did it for like a year or two to the point where my room was 100% wallpapered.
Right.
You could not see sheetrock with Alyssa Milano.
Wow.
In the middle were her bigger posters. There was a famous poster of her in a
So if we were making a movie and the punchline was you're a psychotic, that your room would have been a good.
dude. Let me see. Alyssa Milano Devils poster. Oh my God. I haven't looked at this in forever. I had this poster hanging in my room.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
It's her in a Devils jersey. with a hockey stick.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I had that. So I was obsessed, and I had to find photos of this and I'll show people, but that is how it was 100%, right? So in my Trapper Keeper, I found a letter.
Right.
And the letter is not written to Alyssa Milano. Okay. It's written to Bop.
Okay. Who's on the back there of that?
River Phoenix.
River Phoenix. Okay.
Okay. So the thing says, attention Alyssa Milano fans. If you're one of Alyssa's biggest fans, you can't pass up the opportunity to own this rare poster, which you can only get in Bop, the Big Bopper. It's an incredible offer. Yes. And it may seem too good to be true, but here on this very page is your once-in-a-lifetime chance to order a beautiful poster of Alyssa Milano, which you can purchase only in Bop and her sister magazine, The Big Bopper. Of
course.
So it's already her sister magazine.
Right.
I'm collecting girls' magazine. That's right. That's right. You cannot buy this giant-sized color picture, which is nearly 10 times.
Who wrote this? Who wrote
I
this
don't know.
fucking fluff?
I know. That's right. Listen, you cannot buy this giant-sized color picture, parentheses, which is nearly 10 times the size of a normal magazine pinup,
Right.
in any store. No matter how many record shops, gift stores, and poster marts you visit, you will not find the poster you see on this page. Alyssa has passed on these posters. Alyssa has passed on these posters personally to Bop. And now it is time to turn them over to you. The only way for you to receive this brilliant poster, which has Alyssa's autograph smack dab on the front, is to fill out the coupon or reasonable facsimile at the bottom of this page and mail it in with your complete payment to Alyssa's poster, care of Bop Magazine, P.O. Box 2592, Hollywood, California 90078. In only 6 to 8 weeks, you will find yourself gazing into Alyssa's big brown eyes in the privacy of your own home.
Right.
What are they implying here, by the way?
It is weird.
They're like,
You're gonna jerk off looking at this poster,
like
right?
in 8 weeks. You send us money right now,
Right.
and in 8 weeks, you could jerk off to a poster 10 times the size of the one you normally have. I mean, you'll be gazing into Alyssa's big brown eyes in the privacy
Man or woman write this?
of your own home? I don't know, man. What makes this poster even greater
Okay.
is that it's sent to you rolled up in a big tube.
Really?
So there,
that's a selling point.
so there won't be any fold lines ruining your picture.
All right.
Because what they used to do in the magazines
They
is
used to-
if
right.
you undid the staples, you could pull out one
Right,
and then you
right.
unfolded it. Right? Dressed in a now they're going on about what her outfit is.
Right.
They have a picture of the picture.
How old was she in that photo?
She's probably about 15. I mean, you know what's crazy? That would be in style right now if she wore it. It would be like a throwback.
Right.
Ready? It continues. Dressed in a red leotard, blue Guess jeans, a leather Adidas jacket, and high-top tennis shoes, Alyssa looks stylish and casual at the same time. This is unbelievable.
This is great.
And isn't that one of the reasons you love this gifted Who's the Boss star? Besides being sweet, fun, and talented,
Right.
Alyssa also wears really great clothes that you can look at forever.
Forever.
Fucking stupid is that? This sounds like an NFL broadcast. If you watch the NFL, all they do, the commentators, the whole game,
Right.
is just hand job the players. Like, is he not a specimen? Have you never seen? Like, it's unbelievable what this guy does with the football. Blah 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 blah. It's all they do. It's so
Right.
annoying. But like, they're literally like, she's fun, talented, amazing, big brown eyes. Stare at her in the privacy of your own home, and then they tout like a thing that is like kind of makes kids feel bad about themselves,
What?
which is like she's wearing a leather jacket, Adidas, Guess jeans. She wears awesome clothes,
Right.
and that's why you like her too, because she really knows how to wear awesome, great
Sure.
clothes. Like, what about the fucking kid that came in every day in the same sweats and
Right,
smelled
right,
like
right.
fucking straight up?
They don't
piss?
care about it. It's a popularity contest over a Bop, my friend.
Yeah. So, why go another day without this exciting 24 by 36 poster hanging on your bedroom wall?
Right.
Send in your small payment today, and soon you will be receiving the poster straight from Alyssa. How much was the poster?
$6.95.
$350,
All right, not bad.
and that's $250 plus $1 for the postage and handling. So $350 all in.
That's not bad.
I have enclosed already, and it says Alyssa's poster coupon, and it has the perforated things to cut out.
Sure.
It says, hurry, please send me blank prints of Alyssa Milano's
In case you
poster.
wanted to order 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Right.
I have enclosed $350 for each poster ordered. Canadian and foreign country residents, please send $450. Name, Sal Volcano. Age, 12. Address, there you go. Allow 8 weeks for delivery.
Right.
Now, what I saw this as an opportunity for was not only to order the magazine, but to write Bop a note.
Right. Now, how do you have the note? You never sent it?
I guess either I'm thinking I never mailed it,
Right.
or these were my first drafts because it's white out.
Right.
I mean, I put white out on the fucking
Right.
I couldn't send it without it being perfect.
Of course.
There's literally I'm holding loose leaf paper with 3-ring loose leaf paper.
This is great.
Okay, now we're gonna dissect this.
Yeah.
You tell me if I'm way off the deep end, or if this is normal behavior.
Well, you're
a
12.
12-year-old.
You're
yeah.
12. So you're getting a big pass right off the bat.
Yeah, so I was in 7th grade,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one should I read first? You know what's funny? These are 2 different drafts that kind of say the same thing, but with slightly different inflections. I was wondering. I think I wrote the first one, and there's a lot of white out, and so I decided to write the second one. And you'll hear the second one get more desperate. Ready? To Bop and Big Bopper. I have read in almost every one of the Bop and Big Bopper magazines that Alyssa Milano is not dating anyone or doesn't like to get serious and likes boys better as friends.
Sure.
I then read in Star Magazine that she has a boyfriend and he moved in with her. I would appreciate the truth. What is really going
Wow.
on? Signed, a person who loves Alyssa. Sal Volcano. Loves is underlined twice.
Wow.
Okay. I like this too.
I then read.
That it says in your magazine that she's not dating anyone or not or doesn't like to get serious and likes boys better as friends. Now, there's white out all over this book.
Do you remember why you were? Do you remember writing this letter? What was in your head while you were?
I honestly do. You know, just like this, what they do in here is they tout. You got to remember, like, these kids were all fucking each other.
Right.
She was fucking Corey Fame and all of that.
Let's hope.
They were like 16, 17. It all came out later, right? But no one, first of all, you couldn't say that. They couldn't say that. They were kids. They were
Right.
16, 15. So the image, and they also didn't want to say they had a girlfriend because that
Ruin the fantasy,
that
right.
might ruin the fantasy for the kids. So Star Magazine is an adult magazine at the supermarket.
Right.
They put it right out there. Oh, we caught them leaving. It's a tabloid.
Right.
These were like Disney-fied
It's whitewashed,
tabloids.
right?
Yes. So they would always say stuff like, she doesn't have anyone serious. She's not going
Right,
steady.
right.
So then I would be like, oh my God, okay, I have 4 years between us. Maybe when I'm like 15 and she's 19 something, I don't
Right.
know. And I would keep that hope alive. Then I saw this and I remember my life came crumbling down around me.
You poor bastard.
Like she was like dating like a 22-year-old kid or some shit like that.
See, at least Samantha Fox went gay,
Right.
so I was able to live with that, and in
Right.
fact enjoy it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So then I didn't want to send that one because I had whiteout. So I rewrote it. This gets a little this gets a little more desperate. To Bop and Big Bopper. You always say in your magazine
There's no,
I just
there's no
launched it.
preamble.
The first one was like, I've read almost all of your magazines.
It's like when they fucking wrote the Declaration of Independence, they just fucking write it to the salient facts.
Yeah.
That was
Two
good.
Bop and Big Bopper. You always say in your magazines, Alyssa's not dating anyone. I didn't even name who.
Alyssa.
I don't even name who. And dates, but not steady. You say she'd rather have a boy as a good friend. Now I read in Star Magazine she has a steady boyfriend and he's moved in with her. What is the truth? What is going on? If you see all the exclamation points. Signed.
What is the truth? What is going on?
With like all the exclamation points. Signed. A person who has been in love with Liz for 3 years.
This is incredible. What is the truth? What is going on?
Look how much more credit I gave myself in the salutation.
A person who has been in love with Liz for 3 years, Sal Volcano. Oh my God, dude. Holy sh! At least you were 12, man. Oh my God, that is great. We got to slip that into the show somewhere. What is the truth? What is going on? Like that's got to be like
here's what I think we should do. Here's what I think will be really fun. We go to like CVS or a newsstand later,
right.
See if these magazines still exist.
I'd send those in.
Oh, no. We can send these in. They won't be for Alyssa Milano. I say that we see if they exist, and then we open it up, see who the new kids are, like the top teen idols, and then you and I write letters just like this, but sign them like Sal Volcano from Impractical Jokers.
Oh, let's do it. That's amazing.
Jokers, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's so funny.
Like just right, like hello,
right.
This is I'm calling in reference to I'm sorry, I'm writing about Victoria Justice.
Right.
She's always has the hottest clothes.
Right.
One of the reasons why I fell in love with her. Then I see in OK Magazine, she's leaving a coffee shop in sweatpants.
Right.
Is she not the fashion
Oh God.
icon I thought she was? This is Sal Volcano of True TV's Impractical Jokers, by the way. What we should do is this. Here's what we'll do.
Right.
Okay. We'll get the magazines.
Yes.
We'll find out who these kids are these
Sure.
days, right? And then let's handwrite, because these are handwritten. Let's handwrite, let's say 3 letters apiece.
Right.
To people.
Let's do it.
And then we'll have them. We'll have the envelopes. We'll have the postage.
Right.
And we'll bring them next podcast. And we won't tell each other. And we'll
Right.
read our letters.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And then we'll seal them and mail them after the
All right.
podcast.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Because they usually get back to people, even if it's a form letter.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
they have like.
Oh, let's do it. I love it. Good idea, buddy.
Yeah. Fucking list, dude.
All right. We'll be going for like an hour and a half almost, baby.
I wonder how old she's 42 now. I could probably. Is she married? Let's see.
We met her at San Diego
Yeah,
the year that you
I
weren't
was not
there. Yeah. She was nice, as I recall. But does not.
It doesn't. Oh, wait. Is that her spouse?
She's 42.
Yeah, she has a spouse.
That's all right. I mean, what are you looking to do here?
I was looking to marry her.
She has dyslexia? Oh.
Does she?
Since Milano is in the same hometown as NFL's Rich Eisen, I thought she said she.
Her husband's on Twitter.
Yeah?
Dave Bogliari. Like that.
You want to reach out to him?
Followed by Greg Grunberg, a buddy.
Oh, really?
Barack Obama and Jim Gaffigan.
All right. Should we follow her?
Yeah, we should follow her. Where is she on Twitter? She was a big Twitter person, I thought. Guys. Nuggalos.
I mean, we never got the porn star thing.
That I will take care of. She's big. 2.79 million followers. She loves baseball.
Oh, yeah. All right.
You see Jon Stewart's leaving the Daily Show?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's done it for so long, right?
I know, but he's. Let's follow her.
Okay.
Follow.
I already
Alyssa
did.
Milano.
We followed her.
You followed her from What Say You?
Yes.
Nuggalos, you're on the case. If you want to hear me read that letter,
To Alyssa
To her
Milano.
face.
Oh, that would be great.
reach out to Alyssa and let her know. Sal and Brian from Impractical Jokers. We'd love
Yes.
to have her on the podcast. We could do it next time we're in LA.
There
She
you
can
go.
promote her charity. Not that she needs us at all.
That's
It'd more be a
great.
huge favor.
And if you guys want to toss something to Samantha Fox while we're out there.
Is she on Twitter?
Oh, yeah, she's on Twitter.
You following her?
Yeah, I follow her on my account. I wonder if she's, let's see, Samantha Fox. Oh, she's right there. She's only got 42,000 followers. Samantha Fox only has 42,000 followers. This is a great person for the Nuggalos to.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Samantha Fox and Alyssa Milano.
Let's make it happen. Be respectful.
We'll have them sign posters that we will raffle off. I'm already getting into the not asking for permission or anything. Alyssa has at Alyssa.com as well, which is Alyssa Milano News.
You know my obsession with Fiona Apple.
Yes.
I don't know if we've ever talked about it on What Say You yet.
Yes, you love her.
I have an unhealthy obsession with Fiona Apple. I think she's just the hots.
Yeah.
Love her. But she seems so fragile that I never even imagined even talking to her. Samantha Fox, I could see us going down and getting a pint, talking about eating pussy, hanging out. You know what I mean?
You went there.
Nah, what are you talking about? We're just pals. She's gay. We
Yeah.
like the same things.
Yeah.
She can give me a few pointers. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
would
know.
say sexual escapades. I don't know if I would have dropped eating pussy on there. Especially if you're trying to reel her in.
You're right. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I got hey.
How do you eat pussy?
Hey. That you just made the Nuggalos job a billion times harder. It's like, listen to this snippet of Brian saying how much he wants you to come on there.
Let's-
Yeah. Listen, she's not fielding any offers better than that. Hey, Samantha Fox, have I got news for you? We have an offer we'd like to throw your way. Would you like to come to Staten Island in the winter, sit in Sal's kitchen, and talk to Brian Quinn about eating pussy?
So what do you say? We should cut that out or leave that in?
I'll leave it in.
All right, there you go.
But just don't refer.
Yeah, guys.
Do not refer her to this episode.
Right.
Refer her to the episode where Q talks about
come on.
saving a cat or something.
She's a 48-year-old bisexual woman.
I know, but
You think she doesn't refer to it as I eat pussy?
no, I'm not saying what she does or doesn't do,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm saying a way to procure her for an interview to something that she's never heard of is
Right.
not letting her know you want to grab a pint and talk about pussy.
Well, not her pussy, unless she wants to. Unless she wants to get in.
This hole is now 8 feet. It was 4 feet before. It's 8 feet.
All right.
That's not what she wants. She has a life and a career.
Right.
And she's not going to be.
Well, we're not going to come on air and talk about eating pussy unless she wants to.
Again, you keep
But I'm saying, but just for the pint.
I would say, stop saying the
Okay.
EP. It's too much. She has a career.
All right.
She was a glamour model. She is still a singer.
All right, I can take
You're
it.
just you're putting
Right.
you're drilling down right to the just. It's not even like female relationships or homosexuality. You're
Right.
going right to
It's just-
to that.
Well, all right. I guess I take it back.
I used to have a major problem with that word.
Pussy?
Come on, man. Stop. Who are you, John with a spoon?
What's your problem with the word pussy?
Stop.
All right.
No. I don't really have one anymore.
Right.
But it was just a weird word to me.
It is a weird word, and I've gone, all joking aside, I've gone through similar grappling with it.
Yeah,
It's not sexy. It's not a sexy word.
It's a weird word.
Yeah. Look at it.
Yeah, let's stop. Also, though, I would like to say, isn't it funny? I also think tits is a weird word. I like to say, that guy's tits. He's awesome. But it's so funny, too. You're either a tit person the plural of boobs, right?
Right.
People either say tits or titties.
Right.
It's so funny.
You can say boobies.
No, but I'm talking about when using the word tit. tits.
See,
Like some people say, "Oh, look at those titties," and some people say, "Look at those tits." But I don't know, like which one. I think they're both as horrible.
I don't find I think
She's got
tits.
some pair of tits. She's got some titties. Some pair of titties. I think both sound absolutely ridiculous and not appealing. Much like pee.
I think that they're charmingly. I think tits is like charmingly chauvinistic.
Which one?
Tits and titties, like.
Charmingly chauvinistic.
I think that it's from just for me speaking. Like, yes, it's silly and it's juvenile, but hey, a great set of tits, is a great set of tits. Pussy is like, it's a little different where there is something. It's just not a word that you even slip in anywhere without it landing like a fucking dead fish. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a bad word, but I also feel like I'd rather be like, look at those cans.
look at the cans on that one.
I mean, cans feels a little more like unobtrusive, like not like it's a little more innocuous of a word. Like tits is just like
jugs.
It's jugs actually is a little bit more too.
Yeah.
Jugs. What is jugs even like?
Yeah, they're holding all that milk. They're jugs.
Oh, is that? Oh, that.
Yeah.
So what's cans? Where does cans come from?
I don't know. Cans is my favorite one. I think cans is my favorite.
Etymology of the
like she's got a fucking hot set of cans. She got a hot set of cans. What's it saying?
Well, it's saying cans as the slang for toilet.
Oh, I gotta go to the can. Yeah, I see that.
But even canned.
Yeah, cans. Women never do that, right? They're like, oh God, my cans look good tonight. Like, they don't do that, right? They would say tits.
Would they say jugs?
I think they would go with tits.
Would they not just? I think they just say boobs, women.
Boobs?
Yeah,
my boobs look good.
I think boobs. But even that, boobs.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why is it called boob?
I don't know. I like your cans. See, you see what I'm saying? How like tits is charmingly chauvinistic, and to me, cans is not even charmingly chauvinistic. It's just complete chauvin. Like you're reducing a woman to like look at them cans. I think it's funny. I think comedically, cans for me steals it. Although a dude referring to breasts as jugs says something about him. you know what I mean?
Wait, hold on. What are these called? Other words for slang? All right, slang for breasts. 138 slang words for breasts.
I gotta pick someone up at the airport in 20 minutes, and it's JFK.
Airbags, baby feeders, balloons,
fun bags. I've heard balloons,
bazookas, bazoombas, bee stings, bombs,
of course,
boobies, boulders, cans, cantaloupes. Maybe it's short for cantaloupes.
No, yeah,
cha-chas, chesticles, coconuts, dairy pillows, dumplings, fun bags, gazongas.
Fun bags I've heard, yeah.
Grill work.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Headlamps, headlights, high beams, honkers, hood ornaments.
Honkers!
Hooters.
Look at the honkers.
Jahoobies, jugs, kawangas, knockers.
Jugs with one G or two.
Mammaries, melons, milk bombs, milk jugs, milk wagons, milk makers, milkshakes, mounds, nays, ninnies, num-nums, pillows, puppies, rack.
Puppies, of course, nice puppies.
Rib bumpers. Snow tires, speed bumps, tatas, tay-tays, tits, titties, torpedoes, wawas, yahoos, yin-yangs.
All right. Well, look, don't go to Samantha Fox with the eating pussy line. Why don't we wait a couple episodes? Don't do anything about Samantha Fox yet. Everybody just hold the phone.
She might go to the last
episode. Yeah. And we can't cut it out because it's too funny. But at the same point, I don't want to fucking come at her with that. So concentrate on Alyssa Milano for now.
Yeah.
But get ready because in a week or two.
Yeah, but we will talk to Samantha Fox.
Yeah.
You'll find a way to talk to her about her trapper keep.
Yeah. All right, we got to wrap it up. You want to make a phone call?
Oh, sure.
So I gotta get going. And while Sal does that, thank you everyone for your patience this month. Like I said, we've been sick. We've had travel issues. We've been working a lot. Sorry about my voice this episode. But next week will almost assuredly be at least one Fast and Furious episode.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with New York. Make
Great.
it nice and easy. It's ringing. So that's crazy. Could it be coming back from a hiatus?
It's a ring. It's a legit ring.
Just dialed a random number. Holy shit, dude.
This is going a little too long.
Yeah, but that means it's not a fake number.
It might go to voicemail though at this point.
Should we set up a line for people to call us back?
That's not a bad idea. Like a Skype line?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I mean, something's got to give, yeah. It's a real number, obviously. Is it just a room with a phone in it ringing right now?
It's possible.
I consider this a semi-success, actually.
Well, no, what's telling you to go fuck yourself? All right.
Is it not going to be an answer machine?
It's over, Johnny.
Well, you know what? I consider that a good sign.
All right.
When we're telling.
All right. Well, listen, thanks for coming back with us.
Yes. Tour dates are on thetenderloins.com. We'll
That's
be
right.
in Port Chester, New York. We'll be in Jacksonville tomorrow night. We'll be in Boston. We'll be in Denver. Denver, St. Louis, and Houston are coming up.
And the Nashville Wild West Comedy Festival.
Comedy Festival in Nashville.
The first show sold out.
Yeah.
We are adding a second show. I don't know if that got announced yet, but we are adding a second show. And, we're going to be down there for the whole festival, so there might be some other surprises.
There may be a surprise show in Nashville.
Right.
If the second
Tenderloin
show
sells out,
then we'll have room to have another show.
Right.
Which may be one that's a little more closer to home.
Right.
To the What Say You podcast.
If you're hearing what we're saying, what are we saying?
We're saying that there is a chance.
Right.
If we sell out the next Tenderloin show,
right,
that we will do a live What Say You podcast.
That's right.
They have offered it to us.
Right.
It's contingent just on we don't want to jeopardize the ticket sales of our other live shows. So.
Right. That wouldn't be fair to the.
So we have good things coming up, and also the show's back on.
Yeah, that's right.
Since we've been away, the show's back on Thursday nights at 10:00.
There you go.
Tell a loved one. We will see you soon. Next one might be another Fast and Furious.
Yes.
It was good to be back, guys. Thanks for your patience, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye now.
I heard that Rome wasn't built in a day. Then how come everyone is rushing to get ahead? And if I seem to be reserved, that's just my way. Your questions seem like you're interrogating me. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a D next time. I heard the lemon metaphor 4 million times. And I don't stand for lemonade, don't ask me why. And would a beverage stand be a job that be desired? And where would I get the wood, and should I try? Should I try? Then again I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a 65. Yeah, I try, yeah, then again I don't try. I get an F for effort. I might as well just Uh-huh the currency don't grow like leaves on trees, then how come my money comes and goes so seasonally? And I wish farmers planted plants instead of thieves. My friend pays a ton of green for greener groceries. Yeah, she tries, then again she don't try. She gets an F for effort. She'll plant a tree next time. Yeah, she tries, then again I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a D next time.